Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, como estas? Get comfortable, make yourself at home, because today we are talking about the locks of the great Jaden Smith. Over the years, he has had not one but two sets of locks. However, in this video, we're talking about his first set. From the first picture, I'm able to tell that he has a 3C to 4A hair type. He started his hair with a fair amount of hair, nothing crazy. He had a fairly decent sized fro. I'd say he started with about 2 inches of hair. If you're trying to get locks just like his, I'd say you should stay tuned. I'll give you tips and tricks on how to get locks that look just like his. And if you watch this video just long enough, you'll get to find out why I have my hair in a pineapple. This next image is the genesis of it all. From this picture here, I can tell that he started his locks by twisting his hair with a sponge in circular motions. This next image just shows the sections getting more defined as his hair is maturing over the months, the weeks. So he just stayed at the sponge, he kept on twisting with it, which is why his hair is starting to look more sectioned out and more dread-like. We can see that he's in his early stages of his locks here. We can already tell and make up that he's growing locks. In this image, we can see his locks gradually maturing over time. One thing I forgot to mention is that Jaden Smith has been rocking a high top set of locks through the years, and even with his current set of locks, he is still rocking a high top set of locks. The next picture here, we see his locks continuing to mature. I'd say that at this stage he is about 3 to 4 months in his lock journey, and if you're about 3 to 4 months in your journey, this is what you should be expecting. His locks are already locked, they're maturing. Nothing can bring them apart. Not even water, not even Superman can take them apart at this point. Not even the strongest. Bro, he's locked.
You're goddamn right.
For sure. Now the next picture we see him growing into that iconic look of his that we all know. We see that his locks are maturing. We see that here he's in the rough or ugly stage. It's not really an ugly stage, but we can tell that he's in the rough stage right now. His hair is just everywhere and it's doing his thing since he's growing freeform locks. In the next picture we see a huge difference because he's gotten some length. The boy has gotten some length. He is set. I mean, nothing can stop him now. Look at his locks. Long, thick, luscious. At this stage, he is about 2 years in his journey. And if you're 2 years in your journey, this is what you should be expecting. His locks are about at nose length. You can see that he's still freeform because his roots are still matted up. They're still frizzy. There's no real manipulation to the scalp. In this next picture, he's just getting length. He's just getting length on length on length on length. That's one thing about locks. Once you hit that 1 year mark, you're not going to be seeing any real change besides length. Your hair is just going to keep on gaining length endlessly. Just here we see that his locks have fully matured. His locks have fully matured. Nothing more is happening besides gaining length and combining. But he prevents the combination of his locks by pulling them apart and separating them, of course. But we can see that he's still freeform. He still has an afro at his roots, and it's just a beautiful look. It's that look we all admire as freeformers and nature-loving people. We can still see the tip of his locks are loose, which shows us that he has been freeforming and hasn't done any real manipulation with his hair, hasn't been to a loctician, no crochet hooking. Some of my locks are like that even. Where are they? If you look close enough, you'll see that some of my locks are indeed focus was working against me, just like I too sometimes work against the focus. Like, you get it, the focus, I'm never focused, working against the focus. But the next picture is It's just iconic. This right here, sensational moment. And we could see this is also where it started, if that makes any sense, because we can see that his hair has jewelry in it. From this picture, we're able to see that the lock that has the 2 rings on is just one huge lock that is combined together, which is results of freeforming. If you're freeforming, your hair will gradually combine over time. I feel like he may have done that by putting the rings on his hair. He may have caused them to combine and join together over time, which is another way of getting big locks, by combining them using rubber bands, or just like he did, he used the ring. You could also try that out. Put a ring on your hair and just let it grow out. It'll grow out into one huge lock over time. This is another great look, sensational. Boom, this picture, we can tell that he's starting to rock his hair forward. He's gotten some length, and at this stage I can say that his locks are about 2.5 years in, because the length is just, it's crazy, mind-blowing. Just blows you out of the water. It's beautiful to see at the same time. Still no manipulation, still no crochet, needling, only separation and freeform, which is the best way to grow locks. If you didn't know, you got a fresh cut. It's just trying to be like me. You just got a fresh cut. This cut is not as good as mine, but he's getting there. We can see that over time he started wearing jewelries in his hair more and more, which was a good look for him. And the side effects of wearing jewelry in your locks or keeping them clumped up together is your hair is gonna combine over time. If you keep those jewelries or rubber bands in over time, your locks are gonna combine. And I feel like this is a look that was trying to achieve, was trying to make his locks thicker, maybe probably achieve the wig look. At this stage, I'd say that he has hit the 3-year mark. Boom. If you made it this far, this is the reason that I have my hair up in a ponytail. Well, it doesn't look quite like his, because my hair doesn't go to the front. We can see that this is where he started wearing his hair in a pineapple, pushing it to the front, which is more of a, not gonna say comb over, but it is a comb over, but to the front over. See, maybe it's probably like a front over. Let's just call it a front over. He was actually training his hair to grow forward. As we go through the pictures, you'll see that his hair is just gonna start growing forward without the help of the rubber band or whatever you used here in this picture to make it stay up and front over, which typically happens with locks, which comes to show that whatever you do with your locks does indeed affect them and how they grow over time. If you keep your hair tied up all the time, your hair is gonna grow up. Keep it tied down, your hair is gonna grow downwards. In this picture here, we see that he has colored his hair, and the hair growth is just, it's insane. It's out of this world, and it's beautiful, it's sensational, immaculate, all of the good words. This is what I would describe the hair growth. The color really looks good on him. It does complement his skin tone. At this stage, his locks are about 3.5 years in, closer to 4 years. From here, there's not really much change. He's just gaining length, and he did, of course, maintain the high top look over time. He kept on getting fades on the side. He just maintained that look, maintaining the locks on the top of his head, just growing them out. His hair just grew wildly. This picture was taken moments before his journey was abruptly cut short. Pun intended. Like, do you get it? Cut short. Boom, we see it. The end of it all. Doomsday. It all came crashing down. Believe it or not, cutting his locks wasn't his own decision. He had to cut his locks for a movie role that he was playing. His father was the director of the movie. The movie is called Life in a Year. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. It's a really good movie. Ah, yes. What would this video be without the classic 2018 Met Gala picture where he used his locks as a fashion statement? Now tell me, what other celebrity you know does that? Like, who does that? Using locks as a... Bro, he killed it. That's all I'm saying. He killed it. People were ridiculing him all over the internet back then, but now people are realizing that this man was indeed a genius. That brings us to the end of the video. If you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Help the channel grow. Leave a message in the comments with which celebrity you would love to see me review their locks. Happy out.